Hey yo, what's up everybody and welcome to another video. Let's talk about MS. So I've been on the full dose of Ivermectin long enough to where it's starting to affect my immune system. So the whole idea is that my body is attacking my nerves, causing a bunch of problems. And so if I'm immunosuppressed, my body will stop attacking the nothing that's affecting me, in turn stop attacking my nerves, hopefully. So that's the idea. But now we're in a bit of a waiting game. See, if my body, my immune system that is attacking the nerves by just attacking the protective layer, and I stop that from happening with this immunosuppressing or disease modifying drug that I'm taking, I should be able to rebuild those, the protective layers of the nerves, that is. Now, if my body is attacking the cells that produce the nerves, then that's another story. I got a phone call from the nurse educators from Biogen. It's actually another company, but called Caria Health. But they explained to me that they're not entirely sure if I will get sensation back where I have no sensation because the drug is an immunosuppressant drug, and if my body is in fact attacking the cells and the nerves, then we don't really know what's going to happen, which is kind of unfortunate. In other news, I was told I can't eat raw vegetables, which is like a new thing. So I can't eat like tomatoes, lettuce, broccoli, stuff like that. I can eat them if they're cooked, but I cannot eat the uncooked versions of them. And also, I can't eat honey anymore. And it has to do with the bacteria or something along those lines. But the biggest one being salmonella. And it's like it's a big threat to somebody who is immunosuppressed. Most people, if there's a little bit in there, their body can probably process it. If there's large amounts, it may be able to build like a home base in your body if your body doesn't respond in time. And then you get sick, and then your body, builds an attack against the salmonella. But in my case, it won't, so it'll just build cities inside me, for lack of a better term. Am I feeling better? It's hard to say, really. My vision is better. I would say 9 times out of 10 my vision is fine. Yesterday it was affected, so I should have a couple good days ahead of me in terms of my vision. Stop shaking. I keep still kicking things when I don't mean to. I do have a lot more twitching involved with my disease than maybe like 2 months ago. So that's something I am trying to combat. I had twitching in my bicep one day, like messing with my ability to play video games. It's funny how I correlate all my problems with the ability to play video games or not. But for the most part, it's hard to tell if things are better. There's like a numb line, right? Is it numb? Yes or no? And it's only really yes or no. The way I describe it is a percentile, right? 100% no sensation, or the sensation being at on a scale of 100, and I can kind of correlate that to my doctors. Like, my leg is on a numbness scale or sensation scale. It's a 10% versus 100% being normal, right? I can tell them like it's at a 10% or a 20%, but it's like, how hard are those lines? Like, how definitive one number to another? It's like there's no real telling, But yeah, so it's really hard to say. But so how is my regular life affected by it? I would say I spend about 90% of my time right here. and I spend 10% of my time in bed. While that's not actually true, I spend like 21% of my time in the bathroom trying to pee or poop, you know, because the way I feel is like controls are mixed up and I have to figure out you know, how to. And they said it's because there's certain signals that you're not born with how to do. That's why you poop and pee yourself when you're a baby, and your body learns those or builds those connections, and my body is rebuilding those connections. So it's like I'm learning how to do that stuff for the first time. What I have discovered, I've done a lot of research and watching videos on like how to relieve this pain or that pain, you know, because I do have pains. Like yesterday I woke up in pain, and today I woke up in pain, and I think that's a good sign, right? So like if I was numb everywhere, I would never know if I was in pain, right? That's why they give you numbing agents when they perform surgeries, right? But it's like, if I'm in pain, that means I must be getting sensation or some type of feeling in that area. So I consider that progress. So we'll see where that goes. So it's really crazy being like, you can't have these foods. You know, I can't have milk. I can't have like raw veggies and stuff like that. But also, I can't have soft cheeses, right? Because how do you make cheese? Well, it's made out of bacteria, and it's like I can't have soft cheese anymore. I can have some cheeses. I'd cut cheese out for the most part of my diet because the way it had been affecting me prior to my MS diagnosis. Like right now, I feel pretty good. I feel pretty sharp. I feel like you can understand what I'm saying. Words are coming out clearly. I feel pretty good in terms of my ability to communicate what's going on in my head. Like it's not lagging behind. Because before I'd be so foggy, I'll forget words like, your plate's about to fall is what I'm trying to say. And then I'm pointing at the thing, like the thing that you store your food on. What is it called? My plate, I don't really have those as frequently. So in terms of that, I feel better cognitively, so that's a big improvement. Okay, so on to like acting, right? So, all of a sudden I want to be in acting. Like maybe it's because I've never shared this desire to anybody, except for like a very like close few, but now I'm sharing it with you, and you're like, well, all of a sudden acting, like now that you have MS, I will get over this. Like at some point, my attack, relapsing, remitting, multiple sclerosis is what I have. So at some point, these symptoms will go away once my body stops attacking itself, right? That's the thought. And I will become an actor. And you may be thinking, you've never mentioned this before. I've known you for 20 years or however, however long you've known me. Now you want to get into it? Like Hollywood's in trouble. They can't shoot movies. Theaters are shutting down because of the thing we all know about. And why now? And it's like, I've always had it in the back of my mind, like that's what I need to do, because it's a challenge in a different way. It's a challenge that I can understand. And there's this line in this book. It's an acting book by I don't remember if it's Stanislavski, Meisner. It's you can't be a gentleman and an actor, right? And they go on to explain that people who are able to get in touch with their emotions, those people, not so much chip on their shoulder, but those people could make great actors because they understand the connection between what's going on in terms of the conversation they're having or the event that they're experiencing and their life experiences and their emotions. They can connect all those and they share them bluntly, right? So maybe this time, that's what I meant to do. This whole time, I've been connected in a way, maybe because what's going on in my brain, but maybe that's why I'm so defensive or when somebody says something, I take it a different way because I connect it automatically and I fill in the blanks with my life, right? Which is what they're talking about acting is. It's taking the lines and filling them with your life and sharing those emotions, but on screen with a purpose, right? So I've read like, I don't know, so many books on acting over the last few years. My original major was visual and performing arts, and I changed that because and graphic design was my minor. I can't remember which was the major, which was the minor, but I know that was my original plan when I went to the university. You know, I've read a bunch of books. I've taken a few classes in person and online, and I have a few fancy acting certificates, whatever the hell that means. And I've always wanted to give it a try, you know? So, you know, I've read Sanford Meisner's book. I've read Easy Street, The Hard Way, Ron Perlman's like semi-autobiography, right? I've read A Life in Parts, which is Bryan Cranston's like semi-autobiography acting thing. Let's see, the Audition Bible, Notes to an Actor, Improv for Acting, The Actor's Life, which is Jenna Fisher's book, the girl that plays Pam from The Office. I've read that. I've read Respect for Acting by Uta Hagen and Secrets of Screen Acting. I could go on. Like it's like I've been slowly doing this, and it's like maybe that's my challenge, you know, that's my thing I need to do, right? I don't know why it's on autofocus. Only noob YouTubers have autofocus on while they're on the same setup every time. It should be the same focal length. Anyways, so maybe it's time I get over the paralysis by analysis and actually get into this arena of acting. So what is my Thursday video about anyways? Well, it's about some douchebag manager who is stealing from their employees and being like a complete jerk, being a drunk, and then inviting hookers over at the workplace and like locking himself in the office with hookers and prostitutes, and then that person getting fired over a single dime and then getting revenge. It's a pretty interesting story. I wanted to do this kind of video for a long time because there are a lot of channels that do this, and they just don't do it, I don't think, as well as I did it. So go check that out on Thursday. Gather up that courage to finally hit that subscribe button. It's free, completely free.